Good morning, everybody. It's Monday morning, 6:39.
Here are some details.
It's 75 degrees out. We ended up not making it to Oklahoma City on Friday night. Got up at 40 and stayed at a casino. Got up Saturday, came over here ended up not going to Speed Cove. Took a chance and hit the first TA, and they weren't busy, so I parked, went in, checked in, said I wanted a PM on my truck and my APU. Said sure, it'll be about 35 minutes. Dropped my trailer, got in line, they pulled me inside, waited inside. They did my PM on my tractor and my APU, and pulled out, hooked up, and been sitting here doing my 34-hour restart. Been a hot one this weekend, man, mid-90s. The only thing is, the guy, when he was trying to take the filters off on the APU, he said, who did the last PM on this thing? And I said, well, the dealer probably did that I bought it from. They over-tightened the fuel filter and the oil filter. He really had to put some muscle in it to break those loose. Now at least they're good. Now normally when it's mid-90s and I've got my air conditioning running, I usually get the water leak puddle underneath. Either it was so hot this weekend on the asphalt that it evaporated it, but I didn't really see much of anything leaking out of there. And I checked it a couple times. So I don't know if it was just, I don't know what it was. We'll see as time flies, but the APU is running a lot smoother. My truck now runs a lot smoother. Man, my fuel filter was kind of dirty. I should have changed it at 10,000 miles. I wasn't keeping track. So since I got a Note 10, I wrote a note that what my mileage is when I have this. So at 10,000 miles, at 378, I'll have to have my fuel filters changed, or at least the main fuel filter, and then at 390,000 I'll get a PM on both. It's easier just to do, I mean, in 2 months, or probably every 4 months I'll get the APU done. So every other oil change I'll get the APU PM. That should be close to its 1,000 hours and that. But yeah, everything went well. Now I'm just sitting waiting to see who's taking me this week. If Gabriel's still going to have me or somebody else is going to have me. And next week, on my home week, I'll have my regular fleet manager. But yeah, just waiting to get a load and get out of here and see where I'm going to go. Well, we'll see ya as soon as I get a load assignment and we get loaded. Well, hey everyone. Well, it's 3 in the afternoon, still in the same truck stop. Had a load, called me at, well, he first originally called me at 8 a.m. Said he'll look for something. So at 11 a.m., calls me with a load. Picking up 13 miles from here. Paid reasonable. Not great, not crappy, but reasonable. Going to Dracula, Georgia. So I said, all right, I'm going to go do my pre-trip. Well, while doing my pre-trip, I was thumping my tires and one of the trailer tires sounded a little weird. Went around, finished my pre-trip, went back to that tire, pressed my foot against it, and it was spongy a little bit. So I went in, started my truck, let it all air up. Light didn't go on. Whacked it again, still. So I Figured, all right, I'm gonna look around the tire. So I look and I see this silvery thing in the middle of the tire. Go get my screwdriver, pick up on it. It was a bolt. And air started coming out. So I figured it was going to be 2 hours before they'd even get to the tire. So I call them back and say, listen, man, you got enough time now. If you cancel us doing it, they can find somebody to do it. Well, let's see if you can get out, because I got to be there by 12. Or I got to be there by 12. See if you can get up. No, this was 10. I'm sorry. 10 a.m. See if you can get up. If you're done by 11, then we can go still pick it up, because it was only 13 miles away. I said, dude, I go, I bet you they won't even get to this by then. So I go in there. They said, yeah, we got a guy standing around back in. So I let them know. Well, needless to say, I mean, I didn't think it was a real big deal. DOT would have been hard pressed to say it was leaking. Around the hub, wheel hub, the dirt around there was dark color. Now it could have been from, you know, the wheel seal was leaking before. Somebody didn't clean it off when they fixed it. Or it could have been slightly leaking. Nothing major. It wasn't soaked or anything like that. It was just, you could tell the dirt around on the wheel hub had oil in it. Now, personally, if I was the mechanic doing it, because as soon as he mentioned it to me, I said, well, why don't you tell your boss to call him up, get the approval, this way we're not waiting on it. Yeah, okay. Well, it took him damn near 2 hours to do the tire. So it was 1 o'clock before he was even done. Yeah, 1 o'clock, he was totally done with the tire. So I go back there, I go, well, did you get the approval on the hub? Oh, no, I got to go do that. Well, that took another 10 minutes. So by the time he was done with that, by the time I was totally done, it was 10 minutes to 2. And we even got a reprieve that we could pick it up as long as we were in the dock by 2 o'clock. So they originally said, I guess they told him that maybe tomorrow morning pick it up. And he was going to call them up and see if they wanted me to do it. I told him to text me and let me know, and he hasn't texted me back, and that was an hour ago. So they probably gave it to somebody else. I mean, if you had your own authority, it would have paid you $2.52 a mile. Not really that bad. For me, once they took my 20%, it would have been $2 a mile. Which is still, it ain't killer, but it's not, I'm making some money on it. So now I start from scratch. So I'm crossing my fingers. That means that I'm going to get even something better tomorrow morning. So, again, I'll let you know tomorrow morning what we got. As soon as I know. Y'all have a good evening. It's the 27th of July.